on, and it's next September of 2005, new class, I say to the teacher, gee, I'll call you Mr. Dick Richards just for the purpose of, okay. Jeez, my kid just loved that Mr. Dick Richards. Such a great influence on his life. You know how we parents do. We're talking about where is he teaching right now? I would love to send him a thank you card. Excuse me. Or, my kid just finished, a decoupage and wanted to send it to him. The decoupages of, a flying pig, and Mr. Dick Richards used to collect flying. You understand what I'm saying? The next teacher is going to say, oh, yeah. Well, yeah, no, Mr. Dick Richards, yeah, you know what? He teaches in the Cincinnati school system now. I'm not exactly sure what school, but he teaches 5th grade there. You understand what I'm saying? He's going to find you, and he's going to stalk you. And all I'm saying is that your engagement, that's a wrap. Your career could possibly be saved, but you need to retire from that school. Look, if you're a teacher, holler at me. And it's so easy to step over the boundaries with the kids, dealing with their parents and stuff.
Hey, everybody, this is your girl, the one and only, Thick Caps. Check us out every Saturday from 5 to 7, only on BeInspiredRadio.com.
Oh, recently?
Yeah.
Also, overall. No, 2.
2? That was Uber.
That wasn't Uber.
Yeah.
That wasn't. Yeah, that was Uber.
That situation with Uber, I think you told us about.
But this guy, my whole thing is pay attention. I don't know if this dude was trying to get home or something, but he was speeding. Now I'm with the flow, like do your thing. But when you taking me out of my way and you speeding, little suspect, trying to get my butt.
Like the cleansing guy from the Ohio State game.
What?
Yes. Yeah. Now, he picked me up from my job, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm telling him where to go. He refused not to go. And you're speeding. So I'm thinking, this is me. I'm in the back seat. He's speeding. I'm like, he's trying to take me in an alley somewhere, And so I'm a little uncomfortable. So I'm noticing, I'm looking at the GPS. It's telling him to go this way. He's going this way. And I'm like, wait a minute. You taking me out of my way. I know I curse like a sailor, but
I do too.
There's sometimes you just don't curse. And this one time was that. Hey, look, y'all. I'm only going by what the GPS, yo. No real shit.
Oh. What?
Real shit. Okay. Like real shit? Really?
Wow.
So you cussing?
Wow.
Trying to get my butt?
Yeah, this the man that holds it down. Mr. Showtime, D the Boss. Check us out every Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on BeInspiredRadio.com.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show. So how important is it for you to have an organization like that and having a child of your own? How does that influence your ability to do the Impact organization?
It influences a lot. It's a little bit challenging because a lot of times people will say, oh, like you have to practice what you preach, right? So if I'm telling my daughter and I'm raising her under the impact principles and I'm telling other mothers to do this, I have to do the same thing with my child, which is kind of testy a little bit, but I see a lot of development with her. Her leadership, she's only 4. And when I say she has some awesome leadership qualifications.
You are listening to BeInspiredRadio.com.
I would be surprised if you did. That seems un-Naomi-like.
Is it on? Is it?
Oh, is it published now?
No, nothing's published. We could.
Oh. CGIW, everybody. What a way to start off the Be Inspired radio show. Bloopers.
I don't know if we can hear anything on our end. I know the headphones aren't working, but
I wanted to hear our intro.
I know we have this like amazing intro and everything. I hope you all were able to hear. All right, so everybody listen. TGIW, let's start over. TGIW, welcome to the season premiere, New Year premiere of the BeInspired radio show right here on BeExposedRadio.com with your girl, Miss BeInspired on the mic.
Yeah, you already know your boy Blizzard.
And the artisan angel HL7 Azrael.
So, first of all, let me say Happy New Year to everybody. This is the New Year premiere of the BeInspired radio show. If you're just tuning in, welcome. Our theme for tonight is bigger and better in 2018. Yes.
Speaking of that, we forgot to introduce our guest. Come on, say something.
Damn, Bynes.
Yeah.
West Baltimore, you know, on my way to getting up to the top through the rankings of the artists. In Baltimore. I'm a rapper and a producer. Holla at your boy.
All right.
Bigger and better.
First of all, I'm from West Baltimore too. I lived on the corner of Garrison and Barrington. I went to Liberty Elementary School. I went to Garrison Middle School. Yes. So I grew up from that's where I grew up. Right up the street from the Lens and all them. I don't think the Lens is there no more. I think they moved, but that was a corner store that was around that way when I was growing up. So yes, I'm very familiar with the West Side. What part of the West Baltimore are you from?
Poplar Grove and Winchester.
Okay. Oh yes, I actually lived on Riggs for a split second, right off of Fulton.
Oh yeah.
See, I know.
But
so I came from over west myself. What's up?
if anyone is wondering out there why I have this, it's because it's my anniversary.
We was gonna get to that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't.
He was over there like,
I am.
he was itching.
Okay.
Like, it's been a year.
It has been. So yes, Azrael, this is the 1 year anniversary of Azrael being on the show.
Yeah, though.
Let me go ahead and pass these things out. So these don't make noise. I did that on purpose because the last time we were just out of control.
Man.
With the
we were.
I said, let me help.
We went crazy.
All right, what color do you want?
I want red. Because that's kind of pink, but I'll take it.
Okay. What color do you want?
Give me blue.
Okay, blue. Okay, what color do you want? Okay, that's my favorite color. See, West Baltimore. Represent. Okay, so happy anniversary. Look at this mess. You see how I start off my 2018 looking crazy and set up?
Yeah, that was a setup right there.
I can't even get it off my lip. Y'all know we up here acting crazy. But anyway, Happy New Year. Happy anniversary to Azrael.
Yeah.
All things new. Our theme for tonight is bigger and better in 2018. I'm excited. Like I told you, and some of you may have seen my live video before I started the show, but I kind of went down the list of some of the new things that we're going to have in the for 2018. First of all, every third Wednesday is going to be the Blizzard and Azrael takeover of the BeInspired radio show. Oh yeah. Yes, and Miss BeInspired gets to have a Wednesday off, but not really. Because I have other stuff that I got to be working on. But yes, so Miss BeInspired will be not in the building, actually, on the third Wednesday of the month. Blizzard and Azrael, who are more than capable of doing this, they will be taking over every Wednesday. I'm excited about that. I can't wait to see what creative stuff y'all come up with.
Stay tuned, because it's still going to be lit.
Yeah, it is.
Literations.
I know y'all going to miss me, though, because
we always miss you.
But yes, so they will be taking over the show every Wednesday, and then we're going to continue to have our contributors like we do every Wednesday. We still have Cece. She wasn't able to come on the show tonight, but starting next month, Cece will be back with us. We still have Nella. We have a lot going on, I'm telling you, and the show is just growing. We still have Valicia. We still have Aisha, the do-it-all girl, who will be with us every second Wednesday of the month. I'm excited about that. And then, of course, we're going to have them girls come through again.
Them
determined, empowered, motivated. Yes.
Them girls. We're gonna be in the building. I'm trying to figure out now when they're gonna come back on the show again. But them girls will be back. We will be taking over the show, and then the fellas will have a chance to take off and have a Wednesday to relax and chill.
Them girls are lit.
Yeah, we really are. We have T-shirts and everything.
Oh, that's lit.
Yeah.
Y'all are already ready.
We're legit. See, you have a T-shirt, that means you're legit, right?
Yeah,
you got a T-shirt.
So you have that shirt.
What else I want to talk about? I got my little schedule here. I don't know how. I don't know if I'm going to stay on script or not. We usually don't.
I was about to say we
usually don't even pay this no mind, but I just want to make sure I've touched everything. So yeah, everything new in 2018, celebrating Azrael's 1 year anniversary, the whole entire show.
Yeah.
We will make sure we mention it every time we come back. That is Azrael's one year anniversary. He went from being an intern on the show to being a co-host.
Yeah, started from the bottom, now
Yeah. And he has icing on his nose in case you didn't see that. He sort of wiped it off, but the stain is still there.
Somebody need to smash him in the face with a cupcake.
Oh, we're going to do that.
We can.
Yes, that's going to happen. So that means y'all have to stay tuned. You know that, right?
And
you
then
have
put
to stay
ginger
tuned.
ale on his head like this.
Right. Well, I'm not going to be on that.
Psych,
though. Right. And then you got to do it in slow motion like, you know how they do.
Ginger. Hold on. We have to pull a little bucket and a little switch, and I got it straight.
Ginger ale challenge.
So yeah, we're gonna do that. So stay tuned because Azrael will be getting smashed in the face with a cupcake.
By 3 people.
It's lit.
That's gonna happen.
Oh really?
Yeah, all three.
All 3 of them.
We're just gonna go around the room. We're just gonna smash.
I'm with it because I'm gonna eat all of those cupcakes too. And make sure they're chocolate because I will demolish.
All right. So this show, we're gonna talk about a couple of things because you know the new year. You know the new year, right? Everybody makes resolutions. Everybody makes goals. I'm all for it. I always say, because y'all already know how I am. For me, it's always good to plan for what you want to do. It's always good to set goals. It's good to start. You can use the new year as your time to set your goals for the year or whatever. Or you can use your birthday. Like for me, my birthday is in October, so I use my birthday as the start of my new year. I don't necessarily wait for January. I actually use my birthday. And that's when I start making my goals for what I want to accomplish for the next year of my life. So you can do it any kind of way.
That makes sense.
Right. I know. That doesn't make sense.
Makes
Like,
a lot of
why I
sense.
gotta wait till January? My birthday's in October. That's my new year. So why I gotta wait?
Right,
Thank
because
you.
that's your right. I feel you. That's your new year of life. It makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, that didn't make a lot of sense.
I be thinking. All right, so
I'm gonna give you that.
Thank you for the bell. I appreciate that. And you know, when we hit that bell, that means somebody said something, or they, you know, it was bars or whatever. So or facts. So it's one of those. So I think that was facts. What I got.
Facts.
All right. Thank you. All right, so yeah, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about if you believe in doing New Year's resolutions, because some people don't. Some people are like, I don't really care, you know. But then why aren't people able to follow through on their New Year's resolutions? We're going to ask that question because some people set those goals and then don't hit none of them. They just They back up to the next year and haven't accomplished anything. So we're going to talk about why that is. And y'all listen, y'all will be the experts tonight. I want to get y'all input on that.
I have a lot on this one, so.
And then we're going to talk about what's trending in 2018. What's trending? Right. Yeah. What's going to be trending this year? And we can kind of like predict. So I think this is going to be an interesting conversation. I want you all to share the show out. Make sure you do that. But enough about me. How was your holiday? Let's start with the anniversary guy. How was your holiday? Did you do anything fun, different, or you didn't do anything at all?
So I didn't really do too much. I spent like Christmas morning with my sister and my mom, and I enjoyed that because I missed my sister, even though she's annoying. I went to Iron Age a couple of times, which is an amazing restaurant. I encourage all of you to go.
Yeah.
Everyone in general, it's a Korean barbecue. They cook your food in front of you.
Oh, you know what? I think one of my little goddaughters. She's been there before.
It's $23 per person. It's worth it. You can keep eating too. Like we had Like, I had squid for the first time. I had soju. You know, I was in there all lit. And then New Year's.
I'm not eating no squid.
To be honest, it's actually pretty good. I cannot talk about my New Year's on air. So all I'm going to say is it was lit. Okay. Shout out to Mastermind and my best friend Brandon.
Okay.
And yeah,
I
already know what you mean. Yeah, buddy.
I already know what you mean when you said Mastermind.
Yeah. It was lit. Stomach hurt and I was done.
Oh, Lord. All right, so Blizzard, your turn.
Oh, Lordy. All right, so Christmas, I work, but I got time and a half, so it's all good.
Oh, yes, money,
so
coins.
Time and a half.
Yes.
New Year's Eve, I went to the Ravens game.
I saw that.
I was frozen. I was freezing in the stands. We lost. And then I got to go on the field, so I was like, you know, I got to hang with the cheerleaders and the mascot and kick some field goals.
Now, so I always wanted to know, how did you pull that off?
It was a package.
Really?
Yeah, it was a New Year's package.
Okay.
You get the ticket, then you get to go to the field, then they had the tailgate and all that.
But that's not the first time I've seen you take pictures with the cheerleaders, so how do you pull that off?
No, because they be going around the stadium.
Back to the question.
They be going around the stadium, though.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
To be honest, those cheerleaders be everywhere, because my friend Boris got a picture of them in Giants one day.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, they be everywhere. They be all over the stadium. So.
Okay.
And I spent the rest of my New Year's doing adult things. That's all I can say.
Okay. Bleep, 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 and bleep. Okay. All right, so what about you, Trey Vance?
What
you do?
I was just chilling, really. I don't really celebrate Christmas because I'm starting to join the Nation of Islam.
Okay.
We try to, you know, do the Pan-Africanism. Like, we celebrate Kwanzaa, and I'm just now starting to take into account how important Kwanzaa is. So
yeah,
I'm studying that, and for New Year's, I was lit with my family, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, all right.
Hey, litiations.
Right, it was a lot of litiation going on.
How about yours?
So when you start to get up in age, you don't worry so much about being lit.
You're still young.
So I went over, my husband and the kids, we went over to my Aunt Barbara and Uncle Duck's house, and we turned up on sparkling cider.
Sparkling cider is lit. Come on.
Yes, very, very sugary. But yeah, so we did that. Oh yeah, see, and I know I turned y'all on. Don't try.
What?
I always drunk sparkling cider.
Oh, I was supposed to say, because, you know, we pop bottles, but we pop sparkling cider.
If I was 18, that's what I had to drink.
Well, Azrael isn't a drinker regardless, so I do cider.
He's a cheaper.
Like I used to just casually buy bottles of cider and bring them to school and just drink them at lunch. Like, I love cider. Okay. Every day is a day.
Yo, cider is that.
That's what I was saying. So that's what we did, and as soon as the clock struck 12, we had our noisemakers, and we did that. And the kids, they were so, oh my gosh, and they're 7 and 8, so you know, for them that was a big deal. And everybody just have a moment of silence for Mariah Carey's performance.
It was bad
at Times Square.
Didn't she have a bad one last year?
I usually don't talk about her, but I was nervous the whole time. Well, in her defense, though, I will say it was very cold. It was like 0 below, and I'm sure for a vocalist, it's hard for you to work past that, you know. But part of me also, you know how when a person, you can tell when a person gets complacent in their career, and it comes off in their performance. That's what it felt like to me. It felt like to me she has gotten complacent in her career. And the excellence that you saw when she first started out is just not there. So that's my opinion.
That's because she, like, when you start off your career, you always have to prove yourself. But from a lot of people that actually knew her, say that, like, she's, and I'm sure y'all have heard this, that she's a diva. Like, all things are kind of like, it's always the Mariah show. Yeah. So it's like, I think it's that she just felt like, you know, regardless, she is Mariah.
I think so. I think she may have gotten a little bit lazy in her preparations, you know, and like again, I don't put people out there on Front Street, but I was just so nervous for her the whole time. She even said, she was like, and I don't have any tea, you know, I'm out here roughing it, but that's okay. Like, she was going into explanation and everything.
I feel like she might have done that to justify what she was about to do, because she was unprepared. Okay. So like, you know, like rappers who know that they're whack, they'll sit there and be like, you know, I'm not a rapper,
right?
You know, but I'm mad because I missed the ball drop. Everyone, because I spent New Year's in a hotel with a lot of friends, and Brandon made us miss the ball drop because we were trying to flip through to New York, but the first channel that came up was the one in Baltimore, and so mind you, I'm like, man, I don't want to watch the ball drop in Baltimore, like what? I see this every day. Find New York. So it's 11:59, and he's scrolling through channels, and everyone's like, chill, they'll show New York. But by the time he flipped back,
it was already done. We watched it. We did watch it. We did, and it was cool. But that was the only. And they had mad celebrity hosts that night. Steve Harvey. They had him on. They had Jenny McCarthy. Do y'all know who she is?
Oh yeah, I did see the one with Steve Harvey.
Yeah, Jenny McCarthy. I think she was on there. There were a lot of people on there. So, I mean, it was fun. So that's what I did for New Year's. I spent it with my aunt and uncle. We read a scripture, said a prayer, and then went on home. That's what we did. And it was good. It was good. Yeah. Christmas, of course, you know, when you have kids, it's all about the production. It's like, wake up in the morning, you know, they open all their gifts, and then they spend all day playing with their toys. So that's what it was like for me. But that's it. So, as you know, it is the new year. It is Azrael's 1 year anniversary. I told y'all these are not gonna make noise.
I know
it's just not gonna happen.
I wish we had the noise.
I know. But I had to think about the listeners too, because they were like, that was hurting my head.
Yeah, we was going off.
We were.
I would have destroyed.
Then we was high off candy too.
We were done. We were on a sugar high. So. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
If you want to imagine that it's making noise, go right ahead, but it's not. All right, y'all, we're getting ready to go to commercial. When we come back, we're going to have a few announcements. The BeInspired Radio Show team, we're all doing some amazing stuff. We want you to hear about it. So when we come back from the break, we'll be announcing that. And then we're going to get into our topic, Bigger and Better 2018. So you have to stay tuned to the BeInspired Radio Show right here on BeExposedRadio.com. There you have it.
Check out what you missed on Be Exposed Radio. Listen to Elizabeth Warren talking about Black lives and Black life.
Police are not occupying
I want to be able to hear myself.
This is America, not a war zone.
Right, I'm trying to hear the intro. We lit.
I speak today with full knowledge that I have not personally experienced and can never truly understand the fear, the oppression, and pain that confronts African Americans every day.
Don't you just want to kill yourself? I mean, not from what she was saying, but from the music that was playing in the background. I just want to, gosh, but every word she said was prolific, and it did not come from what is now becoming mainstream as white privilege. She has a sensibility about her, and the way she speaks about different things that has, from the first time I saw her, I can't remember what state she's in. I think she's in like North Carolina or something like that, somewhere I'm not going. That some kind of sensibility about her that makes me like her for president. But she's not running. We have this old guy that looks like he should be on the popcorn box. Then we have Martin O'Malley. Fine. We'll settle if we must. Hillary, who I like, but she just has to fight against all this controversy, and that's the hard part of it all. Then we have Huckabee. I could have swore he died. Like in one of those books, like a fairy tale book. Trump. We're going to get to you in a moment. Meet with all these black folk in one room. And they just fell for it. Like, he must have been giving out $100 bills behind it.
Check out the Talk Lately show every Tuesday nights from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. right here on BeInspiredRadio.com.
Check out this snippet from the new season of Talk Lately with Monty when he rants about his staff.
I agree. Can you come on. I told you stop touching that button. Why is it so loud? God. Did you turn one all the way up again? Do I have to come in there? Damn her. If it was going right, I would let you do your part, but I'm sorry, but it's just not functioning the way it's supposed to be. I told you mind your business.
Well, Monty, if I can comment on the Jennifer Holiday situation, I know
I'm live on the air. I'm sorry, 1 second. Okay. I know I'm live on the air. This is why this whole show is called Talk Lately. Anyway, let's get back to every Tuesday at 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
A late 40s, early 50s. That's not uncommon. It's a lot of. I mean, I could give you examples like that.
But it's a good thing he's dead because she can actually move on. Like you can't move on if he was alive. If he was alive and she found out she was having sex with her father for 15 years, you can't move on from that. Somebody's got to die.
You can't. It's gonna be hard.
Somebody's got to die.
So wait. That means he didn't know either, though.
Immediately, so I can stop vomiting because I don't have nothing else left to vomit. All my insides, all my skeletons.
He didn't know either. That's what be the great one.
And he still doesn't know.
This Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. From artists talk, go live on BeExposed Radio.
Yeah. You already know your boy Blizzard.
The artisan angel Azrael.
And Valicia here.
Yo.
Trey Barnes in the building.
Okay, so we have a full house. That's all I'm just saying. I just want you to know. Yes, get that. I can't even have a productive show without that thing making noise. Okay. I'm doing it now. Y'all know how I do. I will get on my soapbox anytime I feel like it. And that was a Miss BeInspired soapbox moment.
Oh,
All right, so tonight's theme is bigger and better in 2018. But before we do that, we are going to do a couple of announcements. I'll start with myself. I will not take long because I want Blizzard and Azrael and Alicia and Trey Bands to have a chance to talk about some of the things that they have up and coming. So I will start the ball off. Here we go. You know how Miss BeInspired does it. All right, February the 3rd, 2018, your girl, Miss BeInspired, and Alicia Adams and Kadisha Carroll will be hosting another Wisdom on the Wall workshop.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so the topic of this, or the theme of this event is Follow Your Heart, a talk on purpose and relationship. We're going to have a panel of all single men. I'm married, so it doesn't mean anything to me. Okay? But for all the single ladies out there, there's going to be a single male panelist. They will be talking about their perspective of being single and what it means to them to be in a relationship. This is going to be awesome. Kadisha Carroll is going to be talking about purpose, and we're going to bring the two worlds together. We're going to talk about purpose and relationship. That event is February 3rd, 2018. From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and it is going to be at First Alliance Church, 2145 Graves Road, Hockinson, Delaware. So take a little road trip if you're from the Baltimore area, get in the car, grab a couple of your friends, and come on up the road and spend time with your girl, Miss BeInspired. If you did not know, I am also one of the co-authors of the Wisdom on the Wall book. It will be on sale there, so if you didn't get your copy yet, make sure you get your copy. Okay. She did. Hearts out to Mom. I gotta make sure she gets some stuff, some goodies too.
Yeah, and Kadisha's event, like, she's amazing.
She is.
I just wanted to kind of like interject, but you was born, like.
Well, you know, first of all, because we only got a certain amount of time,
Oh,
so
gosh.
we gotta keep that.
Okay.
Like I said, 1 minute. Okay. So Beauty Over Brunch. Last year I was the master of ceremony for that event. This year I got invited back as a speaker.
Woo, she did it right, y'all. They come back second time.
Yes.
So
I will be talking about strength to overcome low self-esteem and brokenness, which is a topic that's near and dear to my heart, something I've had to overcome personally. So I'm excited about that. That is going to be March the 24th, 2018, and you can go get tickets at www.beautyoverbrunch.com. Again, that's www.beautyoverbrunch.com. Also, the ministry that I belong to, Keys of Faith Ministries, is having a conference next weekend. I will be the worship leader for Friday night, so excited about that. The conference is going to be, I'm trying to get the dates right, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's the 11th, 12th, and 13th of January. I'll be there that Friday from 7:30 on, and our speakers are Bishop James Thompson, Pastor Rose Robinson, Apostle Paula Cox. Also, exclusive, I will be in a play in March.
Whoa. Oh my
Girl,
gosh.
acting.
We gotta find out stuff coming on the radio.
I'll be acting, yes, in a play called Blueprint, and that is going to be in March. We don't have all the details yet, but they will be coming out. That's what Miss BeInspired has going on.
Good.
Next!
Woo, I don't know if I can top that.
Right.
You got that.
Y'all good?
Well, you can go Blizzard.
All I gotta say is I'm about to finish working on this mixtape. Personal reflections coming soon.
There you go. Okay, you know what? That's major. When is it dropping?
I ain't got a date yet. You feel
Come on,
me?
you gotta put a date on it.
I can't put a date on it. You feel?
You need some help. I'll come help mix it up in the studio.
All
Style
right,
you up.
bet. I got you, Azrael. You on there? I got you. All right, now.
yeah, Miss BeInspired.
You on there? There's gonna be a BeInspired skit on there.
Oh, okay.
Exclusives.
So I'm chilling. I just started, making music again. Just started writing last night. I'm always going back and forth. I'm about to make a banger with my man Trey Bands over there. We were just working on it.
Yeah.
It's lit.
Can't wait to hear it.
Also, I have no idea when this tape's coming out. I don't know anything about it. It's just gonna come when it comes. Right. But also hitting up the Baltimore Boom Bap Society tonight. It'll be lit. I'm right up at the wind-up space at 9:30. Everyone should come. I encourage you all to come out. It's great. All the artists there are amazing. Also, there's another open mic hosted by Icon the God, someone I met at the Beat Club. On January 11th. That'll be extra lit.
I'm at that one.
And then January 5th, I have, I'm going to a show. I was invited by Imani Wright. He's having a big show and he wants to help like promote underground activity and stuff because we're giving back to the youth.
Nice. I want to know how I can help. You already know. Okay.
All day, every day. Is there anything else?
Yes, the contest.
Oh!
You want to wait until after the break so you can have a little bit more time to talk about it?
I mean, it won't be too long.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so the contest. Underground Activity, my organization, is sponsoring a contest. So any artist who is interested, comment on this video or DM just look on the BeInspired page or hit me up personally. Look up HLVIIAZRAEL or look us up at It's Underground Activity and it will come right up. It's like a weird background, you'll know. But basically, artists are submitting videos to us and we post them and you get likes, shares, retweets, everything across everything. And whoever has the most votes by the end of the contest, you get either a cash prize or studio time along with an interview on the BeInspired, the award-winning station with BeInspired Radio.
Hey,
all right.
Where you get the from you?
She came prepared.
No, I
But yeah, so I encourage everyone to join. It's completely free, and you never know who you'll meet with it. You never know if you'll go viral or not. So, it's cool.
All right, bye. It's on you.
Oh my gosh, what I got going on? Yes. Just life in general. No, but I don't know. I'm really excited about this new year.
Yeah.
I really am. I just made some decisions to just do things in a different way.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about just what I'm doing in terms of a Fashion Week Chic tour, just taking my brand to a whole nother level.
Yes.
Removing the excuses, the procrastination, the fear, all those different barriers that can tend to hold us back. So I just been looking over some things, dealing with my time, and just really looking and zooming in on how 2017 for me was a good year, but it was also a learning year and a lot of just time wasted. So I'm really because and just really being serious about what it is that I want, and not just saying it, but actually executing it. So that's what I have going on with that part in just my personal life. And then with my business, I'm really excited to kick off the New York Fashion Week Girls Trip 2018.
Yes.
I always said that I wanted to do something in terms of taking Fashion Week Chic tour to another level, and just never did it out of fear and just all those other hang-ups that I had going on in my mind. But for this girls trip, I'm super excited. I've been having ladies contact me.
Yes.
And at first last year, I was just like, oh, is it really going to come to fruition? Is real people going to really see the value in what it is that I'm offering?
Yeah.
And to have some ladies call me about the girls trip today was just very encouraging.
Yay.
So that's what I have going on for that, ladies who love to travel to Paris and love all those cutting edge fashions.
Yes.
Girl up fashionably chic tour.
Yes. Thank you. Trey Lanes, what you got going on?
Well, this is my first year in college, and basically,
first of all, let me give you a bell on that. Congratulations.
Thank you. I go to Morgan State University.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to have the best GPA I can have.
Yes.
Continue to move on in my career as a musician.
Yeah, because you are now. Because I always say I don't ever want to offend anybody and say a rap artist. Is hip hop artist or rap artist, or how do you like to be referred to?
I I like to be referred to as an original music producer. Because I produce all types of music, and there's a different sound behind what I create. So, an original producer.
Okay, I like that. Original producer. That's what's up.
One thing, I forgot. I just remembered when you said that. What high school did you go to, Trey Vance?
Yeah, I went to City College.
Hey! Yes. We are all City Knights up in here.
Not me.
You didn't go there at all?
I sure didn't.
I thought you
Thank
did.
you, I was about to say, dang.
Right, like what? I thought it was just us.
I was about to be like, dang.
I never been to City.
Oh.
That's why I was getting cracked on when we first met.
That's right. That is true. Okay, so
I got scared right there. I was like,
right.
I was about to be outnumbered like that.
The people on that side of the table they not privileged. So the people on this side of the table, we're privileged. We all went to City, yes. Class of
I kind of went to City. I used to hang up there.
You did. I went to Northwestern.
Class of 2000.
Northern.
I'm saying 2 G's. Y'all know who y'all are. Yes, 2 G's. Yes. Oh, don't say that because then that just says how many years I've been out of school. Oh, Lord. Okay, I'm good. It's not 20 yet, so that's cool. I got 3 more years, y'all. All right, so y'all, that's what the BeInspired Radio Show team is doing. The whole team is doing amazing stuff. I'm excited, and we are celebrating Azrael's 1-year anniversary.
Yeah,
I came with the real one, y'all. The real noisemaker.
I know. I left that one in the store. Last time we had those, we didn't know how to act.
Yeah, we gotta blow it away from the mic.
Next time we just go. Because we was going off with them things. All right, so we're going to do a quick toast. Where's the ginger ale?
Don't say that. Don't say ginger ale.
The bubbly.
Right, yo, the bubbly.
We on the radio station. We gotta sound a little more classier than that.
Taste of the bubbly. The bubbly. Taste of the bubbly.
You know me, I'm from West Baltimore. I call it what it is.
And we're going and then with that, we're going to toss it under the table, not over the table.
I'm from Garrison and Barrington, okay? So let's pull out the bubbly, as Alicia calls it. We're gonna do a toast.
Bubbly.
Blizzard call it the bubbly.
We're gonna do a toast to the new year.
We really passed it under the table.
We are, first of all, because we can't be promoting stuff. So,
that's right.
You know, unless y'all gonna endorse us.
I
can't give you no free publicity.
Right. 2018, no more free. 2018, no more free.
Hello. Hit that bell one more time for the no more free.
Message.
Y'all get those privileges, y'all better.
Oh, we got 1 minute. All right, we got to speed this one up. Okay.
Oh, bubbly.
We got 1 minute. Okay.
Natasha.
Look at that. You want some?
Trey Vance. We got.
My man, Trey Vance want some.
We're sipping on a bubbly right now. What we sipping on, Azrael?
That's the Blizzard talk.
That's the bubbly, you fam?
And you know, we out here shining.
We got like 30 seconds. All right, so here we go. We are doing a toast to 2018, bigger and better in 2018, and also Azrael's 1-year anniversary on the BeInspired Radio Show.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta make sure Trey Vance gets some love over there too. Alright, now take a little swing of the bubbly.
Yeah, your pink out.
Or as Alicia calls it, psych wine.
Right.
Well, Nick's giving us a signal to wrap it up.
Yeah, you did.
So, stay tuned because we'll be right back and have some more fun with this only on the BeInspired Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artists, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
As busy as you are, because they're good at itemizing their time, and they actually have a passion for what they do. One of the biggest lessons that I learned, I get to say this on Weird, was finding people who are not only interested in doing what you need to get done, but people who have a passion for it, because that will eliminate the idea of people just working for a paycheck. Right. Because when people sign up for a paycheck, we all had jobs where we slacked off, where we stole away in a little storage room. Fell asleep. Thank you.
I saw a meme the other day that had Bart Simpson and the little boy with the glasses. I didn't watch the show, so don't be mad at me. Don't send me no daggum messages. The little boy with the glass, Millhouse, that was his name. He's showing him a cave, and it says, when you're asked to show around the new coworker, and it says, this is where I come to cry. Cool.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Exposed Radio.
Well, if you made them, take care of them.
Yeah, that's the real. Right. That's the real deal.
It's period.
Right. And all that old money shouldn't go toward this, money should go to. If the child is with one of the parents 24/7, 7 days a week, you don't even come get your child every day. You come get your child once a month maybe, or once every 3 months.
Right.
You cannot dictate where that money goes, especially if the child ain't calling you about nothing. Now, if the child calling you every week, then you can question about where the child support is going. But if every time you pick up the child, they look nice, they ain't complaining about nothing, why are you worrying about where the money go at?
It is what it is. Radio is what it is. Radio show.
All right, listen. All right, say situation. Cause I keep telling y'all, it's different situations in the child support thing. You can't just pinpoint one thing. You can't just say, oh, here did be. That's why you're on child support. Oh, he this. That's why you're on child support. Oh, she this. That's why she on child support. No. Sometimes it could just go off of, oh, I just called him and asked him, can he pay for the pictures? He ain't want to pay for the pictures. I'm taking his ass downtown. Yup.
Well, you gotta know. Know who you dating.
Hold up. I just called her and asked could she just get Junior some shoes. She couldn't even get him no church shoes. I'm taking her ass downtown. Now when you go downtown, you go down there and you get $500. Right? Now you mad because you getting $500, and now you really ain't getting no shoes for Junior or Lord CC. Because you're getting $500 now. Right.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, if you're a good father or good mother, and you're paying child support, right? You still gonna go ahead and do all that because
hold up.
It's just what it is.
Yeah, hold on, and that's another situation.
Right.
But you know what that creates? Now when we at the party, mommy and daddy ain't even down there speaking to each other. Cause daddy done paid for the party, and he done came out of pocket this month with $600.
But right, that's your child.
Be mad.
Listen. He shouldn't be mad, but he also has another child with his wife.
That's on him.
Okay,
go ahead.
He got another child with his wife.
Okay.
And you're taking away and they taking away from.
Well, he should have kept it in his pants.
Exactly.
Should have kept it in his pants. Stop complaining.
You on some whole, he on some whole other shit over here. He on some whole other shit.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
I'm good, man. Yeah. We back. We live, baby, on the BeInspired radio show on the award-winning radio station, Be Exposed Radio, with your boy Blizzard. You already know.
Miss BeInspired on the mic.
The artisan angel Azrael. That's alliteration.
Valicia here.
And Tree Bangs in the building.
We got
bands, baby.
Full house, y'all. Happy New Year, TGIW, all that great stuff. We are celebrating for real, bigger and better in 2018.
Yay.
That's what it's about. So we're gonna talk about this New Year's resolution stuff. Now let me, cause okay, I got on Miss BeInspired soapbox for just a moment before the show got really started. For me, like I said, the new year always starts for my birthday. I don't wait until the January of the new year to start my New Year's resolution. I always start around my birthday. So you can choose whenever you want to do it. But do you believe in setting New Year resolutions? What do y'all think? Do you?
No.
Y'all in the room?
No.
I think setting New Year's resolutions is good if you're going to follow through.
Okay.
Like consistency. Because we get all in that excitement, like it's the new year, and I know I almost fell into it because I was like, okay, I got to clean out my closet.
Right.
I got to throw everything away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It ain't happened.
Yeah.
I was like one weekend trying to do everything. I was like,
One weekend. Yeah.
Right. It's like trying to, New Year's coming, y'all. Come on, throw that stuff away. We had that for 10 years. And then when you don't complete your task, you kind of like beating yourself up before the new year comes. And so the new year's here. And then what do?
Right.
Though it was like a couple days away is the new year, but you can still capitalize on the newness of it.
Right.
Just taking it a little bit at a time.
Yeah, I agree with that. What do y'all have to say?
To be honest,
yeah,
I've realized through experience and watching other people. First, I hate the whole idea of New Year's because when it starts getting close, all you see is people doing the same thing every year, talking about how, I'm leaving some people in this year. I'm not taking. Shut up, y'all ain't cutting nobody off. just
still got them same folks.
Right, the same toxic people in your life.
To the side just now.
I'm just keeping them because I want to make sure they are and ain't nobody nosy like me.
Cutting all of it out. No, because I even know that I used to do it. That's just a cry for attention. Stop. But
you kind of throwing folks under the bus.
Yes, I gotta give you a bell down. Ever since New Year's, I've heard I'm ruthless. I'm with it. I have no problem. That could be my New Year's resolution. Be ruthless.
No filter.
But nah though. But with the resolutions, I personally feel like, and what you talked about kind of alluded to it. A lot of people, like, how I see it is, if you wait until the new year and you feel like you have to wait until the new year, there's a good chance that you're not gonna really accomplish it. Because if you really wanted it done, you just do it right there.
You don't need an occasion to do it.
So it's like when I was younger, I would say, you know what, I'm gonna be nicer. New year, new me. I'm gonna be a nice person. 2 days go by, I'm back to being a jerk. Like it's just like it's just like you have to understand who you are as a person. And I feel like, and actually we talked about it in the meeting that we just came from. It shouldn't necessarily be New Year resolutions or like a New Year, new me. It should be New Year, same me, new goals.
I like that.
I like that.
I love that. Okay, so we gotta get ready to go to break. So let's get that bell going. When we come back from the break, though, we're going to talk about that a little bit more. I think I want to hear from you all. So make sure you call us at 410-702-5657 or text us at 443-642-9403. We want you to weigh in on this topic of whether or not you believe in New Year's resolution. The second part of that is going to be why don't people follow through? And we kind of talked about that a little bit. So keep it locked on the BeInspired radio show right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
Now, I'm not going to say all Aries don't know.
It's just the one you had. That was
just a particular one. You know. But it's always something that you can
go ahead, listen. Can you recollect any signs that you might like? October 15th. Well, 16th. What is that?
And Libras.
See, I've had some good Libras, and I had one.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Hey everybody, this is your girl, the one and only, Vic Cows. Check us out every Saturday from 5 to 7, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
With our parents, they gotta have the best of everything. Or when you go to school, you gonna kill them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you look and it's like, did you have it like that when you was in school? Nah, girl. My parents, I had to go to school with stuff, old tennis shoes and stuff like that. I ain't gonna let my kids go there, but a decent pair of tennis shoes, a decent slacks, whatever. I'm kind of glad that they did the uniforms.
Oh my God, they did the uniforms right while I was leaving.
They did, right. They did the uniforms. It was like 2 years behind me right after I left from school. And I'm like, oh man, it saved a lot for our parents. It helped the parents a lot. But still, they still found a way to live vicariously through their kids.
Yeah. Because like with my daughter's school, when she was in school, as long as she wore the shirt, the school shirt, she could wear any pants. Or as long as she had like the cardigan on, a school cardigan, she could wear any outfit.
And do you realize, like private schools, county schools, deep county schools, they've been in different towns. They already been wearing uniforms. Even when you watch like an after school special, they have on uniforms. We're the only ones in the urban areas that did not have on uniforms.
Yeah.
We still were.
We was late getting.
We were super late.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, good people? It's the man you all know and love, E. Digger. Make sure you check us out every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to the Be Inspired radio show on the award-winning BeExposedRadio.com. Yes, we're going to include that every single time until we win again and again and again. But you're here with the artist and angel, Azrael.
Miss Be Inspired on the mic.
Yeah, your boy Blizzy. You already know.
And Valicia here.
And Trey Barnes in the building.
Yeah,
full house.
That's what's up. All right, so as you know, it's a new year, right? 2018. Here we go. 2018. I love it. Now I wish I would have got those. But that's because Valicia knew what to do with it. Like she was like, "No, you have to turn away from the mic, honey."
Yeah, no, we were just reckless.
Yeah,
we was acting a fool
in the mic.
Yes, we was.
I had no regard.
No respect whatsoever. But yes, it is 2018. We are talking about New Year's resolution. Do you believe in it or don't you? Valicia gave her take on it. She was like, I do, but you just got to follow through. You got to be consistent. Azrael, on the other hand, is like, nah, I'm not having it. Not having it. Yes. Yeah. I think
New year, same you. New goals.
Like that. Oh.
And that's for the folks who's really not gonna do nothing different.
Yeah.
True.
At some point you just gotta realize you're not changing.
Nope.
Well, some people do, they even say it. It's an excuse though.
They do.
Not to be better.
I was going to say the same thing. Like you said, I'm just going to be me. But what does that really mean? What does you being you mean? That doesn't mean you don't have to have any responsibility. That doesn't mean you slack or neglect what you should be doing. Or that you stop growing. No, that's not what that means. I don't think at all.
To be honest, if you just stop growing, I think that may just be who you are. And that's just kind of tragic.
Yeah. I personally, I can't imagine getting to that point where I stop growing. It's time for a dirt nap at that point.
What'd you say?
It's time for a dirt nap.
You just gonna roll on the floor.
It's time to call it quits.
Exactly.
Pretty much. You know, because that's what life is all about, for real.
Mm-hmm.
It's growing, learning. Even if you don't even want to, you go through things in life, and there are certain lessons, you know, like they say when you were a kid, when you're a child, if you touch an iron, if you touch the burner,
right, yeah.
You'll know not to do that again because it'll hurt, right?
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
I have, because you said that, I have some New Year wisdom or like things that may mess up your brain, but it's gonna make you see things a little differently.
Okay.
Would y'all like to hear it?
Yes.
All right, bet. How much time do we have, Nate?
Is it gonna really mess up our brain?
Yes. Maybe a little bit.
Oh, how much more trauma I can take?
How much time we got?
Maybe I'm not ready.
Don't you think
It's
you already said
yeah. We got
okay, bet. It'll probably take 3 maybe.
All right.
So
okay.
Think about it. I will start off by asking you this: are you thinking right now, or is thinking happening?
He's about to hypnotize us. That's what's about to happen.
Are you seeing right now, or is seeing happening? Because you can't control what thoughts go in and out of your mind. You just perceive them as they come.
Right, right.
So, you know how you perceive your phone. You are not your phone. You perceive your car. You can be in your car, but you are not that car. You perceive this building. We are in this building, but we are not this building. You perceive your body. You are in your body, but you are not your body.
Ooh.
See, because our body and what we perceive as ourselves, we're just caught up in the external and the superficial things in life. And it's just gotten so far that we have forgotten what we really are and who we really are.
Okay, you know what? You need to say that.
Boy, you better say what you said. Look at all these likes and hearts you get.
Let's just come
Boy, you better go ahead on. Yes, that's right. Okay, let me come.
You perceive this body, you are not this body.
Exactly. So that just explains a lot.
It does. So like,
you don't control nothing.
No.
Right, and when I watched this video, shout out to Prince E, because he like made a video on this, and me and Brandon really sat and watched it and we understood it. But it's more so like, because Jim Carrey, y'all remember when Jim Carrey was on the red carpet and people were saying he lost his mind because he was saying there is no me, because there is no us. Like, we are just kind of, because it's so weird, but it's like we are not a person. Person stems from the Greek word persona, meaning mask. What you see is just a mask. So it really got me thinking, because throughout life I've been thinking about what happens after death, and my main focus in life is to not have any core beliefs on what may be, because as you know, when you die, DMT is released and you see what you truly believe in. And I also like am in pursuit of natural herbs, so like I can, because for example,
you said DMT is released?
Yeah, when you die, and that's why, you know how people will say they saw something or they saw God when they die. DMT allows you to see what you really believe in. If you believe in the flying spaghetti monster, you're going to see it when you die. I mean, like, real talk. So, and also, and no, I'm not promoting this in any sort of way, but me personally, with my experiences with, for example, herbs like marijuana and things like salvia, even though I've just done research into it, it's more so your behavior with it. It's more so like you feel, and I'm sure you may know this, Blizzard, you feel a little more yourself. You're more expressive and you think a little deeper into things. And there's a school of thought with psychology where there's 3 parts of your mind: your superego, ego, and then the id, and that's the iceberg. So when you use that, you kind of get a little, I theorize, you kind of get deeper in there based on your actions and the thoughts. And then the more you go and the more things you try, eventually you may get down to the id. My goal is to try something like salvia, which is a very strong hallucinogen, and then I plan on going into the desensitizing chamber so I can really sit there and just meditate and be there with myself so I can reach something deeper into myself, my core, my id, what I am without this body.
Gotcha. So at what point to reach greatness should you be in the levels that you named 3?
The super ego, and id?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like to reach who you actually are?
Yeah.
So the super ego is more so a lot of the superficial stuff in your consciousness. The ego is more so diving into your subconsciousness, some things that you are aware of and you aren't aware of. And then the id. The id is the deepest, darkest parts of who you are and the reality of it. Like, honestly, it's like if we're in a life or death situation and there are no rules, what type of person are you?
Gotcha. I don't know if I want to expose. I don't know if I want to explore the id, honey.
Exactly. And that's why I feel like a lot of people, like, as you know, when people go on bad trips and things like that, because my cousin was worried about it when I was explaining it to her, and I was like, the thing with bad trips is that most people are doing it for the wrong reasons. If you go into things like that and you're not mentally prepared and you have a lot of demons, you're going to see your demons.
So, but how do you know if you're prepared or not?
Because, I mean, no one really will 100% know, but I feel like because I've gone through meditation and I've really sat there and I've looked at myself deeply, because from a young age I learned to step back and look at everything objectively. So everything that I look at from a non-biased perspective. So I really sit down and analyze myself, and I feel like a lot of my demons and my problems aren't really like external. I don't really have any fears. I don't really have worries. All of my issues are more so within me, which is who I am as a person, which I'm just going to have to face, and that's kind of what all of that will uncover anyway. So I'm just going to have to go through and be able to deal with it.
That's kind of what I do with the concept of prayer. So I mean, for me, I don't feel like I need to use a substance to do that. I actually will sit and I pray, and that works for me. You know, that kind of prayer puts you in contact with your creator, because you can be as vulnerable as you need to be when you're in prayer. Yeah. You know, you just really can. It's like, it's just you and your creator. That's it. And you can be as vulnerable. Now, it does require you to be quite transparent. You can't be afraid to address those ugly things about yourself that you know. It does require you to be quite honest.
It does.
You know, when you are praying and asking for clarity on who you are. So for me, I lean more towards the prayer part, because without the substances, you can still achieve that same connection.
Of course.
You know, and then for me, I'm careful about that, because nowadays stuff is laced, I mean, you gotta be careful. Things are just, you know, when we talk about demons, sometimes those substances can introduce those, depending on whose hands it's in, who's dealing it, all of that stuff. So I'm very careful, and I'm not coming against what you're saying. I'm just offering a different perspective, because the things that we really want to achieve, we can achieve in prayer. And I know you say you are joining with the Nation of Islam, and prayer is a huge part of that. That's all you do. Like, all day. What time is it? Prayer, you know. Exactly. But what it does is it brings a balance for you. And for me, I'm a Christian woman. I am a believer of Yeshua. I call Yeshua. I don't say Jesus for reasons, but you know, I'll go into that. Yeah. So it's Yeshua. So for me, so prayer is huge for me. It's maybe not as organized, but for me, it's deliberate. In the morning, I get up, prayer. Before I start my day, you know, but I feel emptied. I feel free. And I feel like I have become in contact, you know, and it's organic. It's done. It's an organic way of reaching that the same place you're talking about. There are times when I've been in prayer and I've been able to even, and this might sound crazy, but not time travel like I'm flying, but the Lord will begin to reveal things to me about things that I need to do, things that are to come. Creative ideas will come. I'll write those down, you know. So I lean more towards that.
Of course.
Amen.
Like, it all depends on who you are and what works for you. Me, since I ended up, and I'm not sure if I've told y'all the story of why I fell out of Christianity. I know I told Nate, but long story short, I wasn't able, when I stepped back and looked at everything from an unbiased perspective, I was unable to really put one thing over another. So I realized that I couldn't, because at the end of the day, I learned it was faith, and I was unable to put enough faith in anything to really give myself like that. So yeah, so I ended up, after doing some research and really learning a lot of the stuff that's like demonized, it's actually natural substances. Because even back in tribal days, peace pipe, there was no tobacco in the peace pipe. We know what was in the peace pipe.
They wouldn't peace.
Exactly. And because like it's always been herbs and things like that have always been known as perspective enhancers, and I have an idea that most things that are natural, if it does not kill you, then it's made to be in you. Like, for example, cannabis, and no, I'm not talking about smoking, and I'm not talking about doing any of that. Like, we actually have cannabis receptors in our body because we can eat cannabis like a vegetable, and it'll be just a boring vegetable, just like broccoli, string beans, and everything like that.
We gotta wrap it up. This is getting interesting. Didn't this New Year's resolution conversation take a turn?
It sure did. But you know what? We better make sure that if we go over there to Ezra, make sure he all right, because he's gonna be in the eye of the it.
Yeah. Like, I'm stuck. Oh, the sunken place. All right, so listen, we gotta go ahead and take this break. I'm so happy that you're all joining us. Stay tuned, keep it locked. More exciting conversation right after this break on the Be Inspired Radio Show, right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
Check out what you missed on Be Exposed Radio.
I don't like stuff in my mouth. It's after what you was talking about.
It's in this commercial.
No, seriously, I don't. I'm a germaphobe. Everything on your body is dirty.
Everything.
So I'm damn sure I can put it in my mouth. That's probably why I'm single. Thank you.
Is there a lies button?
Somebody slapped me on my face with one before. I had to get up and go wash my face. I was done. I said, how dare you? You filthy ass animal. Get the hell out of my house. It was a problem. Because it's like, clearly,
You are tuned in to BeExposedRadio.com.
Not what's going to happen.
That's exactly.
Do y'all think that we're about to go to war with North Korea?
We're going to get tracked down, huh?
Do you think North Korea is going to bomb us? Is it going to be like a nuclear?
Probably.
Probably.
We lost all our allies. All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
Now, is that because of Trump or is that something Obama
Because
did?
of Trump.
He purposely lost them. He said it too. He doesn't want to.
All the people that don't like us now, There are nice pictures of Obama meeting with them.
She said, also look at his past campaign. Most of his endorsements were from the Klan. Y'all about to assassinate me. My phone, my hair keeps getting tangled up in this thing. But I have read this plenty of different times that the Klan, oh my God, y'all about to yell at me so bad. But just tell me if I'm wrong or right. Did they or did they not endorse Obama also?
No, they did not.
Was that a rumor?
Yes, it was.
I swear in my life I have heard that the Klan has endorsed Obama. I'm dead serious, yo. Like, please,
be careful.
Can somebody Google that for me? I'm dead serious. Like, I read somewhere. I think it was like when he ran back in.
You want to meet his parents? These are his parents.
Crystal Renee Radio Show.
Check out this flashback from the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
That's the biggest thing, is just empowerment. Just get off of the begging line. Just be proud of it and just get our pride and our dignity back, because as a child, we're taught how to go and beg for a job. Our parents, they literally taught us how to make sure you pull your pants up. Me, I'm 6'7", so I'm a bigger man. I was always taught how to not be threatening or intimidate people when I go into different interviews or in different scenarios. And so we're literally taught how to condition ourselves, condition our speech, everything in order to go and beg these people for a job, because we know when we walk in the door, I have to tear down 10 stereotypes before I get past hello. So we need to eliminate that. You know, and we need to eliminate that, and the way that we do that is employing ourselves and employing our brothers and sisters. And so that's our mission, is group economics, uplift ourselves, because I can't empower anyone until I empower myself, and change from just being willing, because it's in my heart and my passion to see my people succeed and see them do better, and change the social order, because I know that we are not supposed to be on fire. I understand who I was. I know I understand where I'm plantation. So when you have knowledge of self, if you know who you are, where you come from, it's frustrating more than anything to see us in this position.
Tune into the Artist Exchange every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Saturday,
'Basically, I'll go into the story since we have some more time. Okay. So the reason that I actually fell out of Christianity, to answer the question how I got to this point. So from a young age, I was raised in the church. I was read Bible stories every night. Like almost everyone in my family's a minister. So of course, I got no works. I was that kid who would swear up and down to you, no, it's only Jesus. No, like there is no other answer. It's the Christian way or hell. So I had a friend in 5th grade. I talked to him, and I think he was Muslim or he was something else, and he was like, Jesus was not the Son of God. So as you know, I started losing my mind, banging on my chest, jumping on walls, and we were arguing back and forth. I was like, yes, he is. He was like, no, it's not. And you know, after going back and forth for 10 minutes, I really sat there and I was like, you know what? What he really believes in his religion as heavily as I believe in mine. What makes me more right than him? So I kind of just started slowly falling out for a bit and asking everyone questions, and they ended up telling me it was just fate. So I ended up getting a mentor in the Nation of Islam, Brother Desmond, wherever he is, peace on to him. But yeah, so he started taking me to the mosque. I started coming to their Saturday programs and just learning, and he slowly started introducing me to the Muslim faith, and then I decided I wanted to learn more about religion. So I really started studying all of them, and including like Eastern ones and everything, Taoism, Hinduism, all of that, Buddhism, and I decided I cannot really put my faith in any of them because I don't have any data, because as I said, I looked at things unbiasedly. So when I looked unbiasedly, I couldn't give one more faith or attention than I could the other. So once I did that, I was unable to find a reason to put one over the other. So after that, I spent a long time really wondering, you know, because every person wonders what happens after death, and it really haunted me for a while. So at some point, I forget when, but I started chasing the answers to what happens after death. And then after I started, you know, trying new things and exploring in life, because I was a sheltered kid. So, you know, every kid takes their time to explore. So then I really started thinking about it, and after dabbling in certain things, I just came across, you know, substances, and it's just like, and I really started doing research, and I was like, it's really not as bad as people say it is, especially when I found out that it's admitted, and you can actually look this up because it's in the federal database, as every speech is. President Nixon's aide openly admitted that cannabis was made illegal to wage war against hippies in the black community so they can arrest their leaders and disrupt their communities. And this is actually a quote from his personal aide. So I just really started looking at the effects and analyzing the effects on myself and my friends, and I realized that this can help me kind of see things differently because it's also a perspective enhancer. So,
oh, is it?
Yeah. Haven't you ever... I also saw a video of a rabbi. It was a rabbi, a Christian bishop or minister or someone, or a pastor, and an atheist black gay man were all sitting in the room. Now, you know, typically when someone says those three people coming together, right, you already imagine what type of spazzing there would be. What they could say. So the experiment was they made them all smoke. So mind you, the black gay atheist has already been smoking. He was like, yeah, I'm already a pro in this. Let me show y'all how it's done. And like after 30 minutes, they all kind of come together and they really start talking about personal matters, about life, religion, what brought them to where they are today. And even though they don't see life the same, at the end, they all still join hands in prayer out of respect for each other. And that's something that normally people aren't able to do. So there has to be something there that's able to let you put down any prejudice, any ideas that you thought you had, and really listen to people.
Right. I'm on the other side of the fence, though, because I really believe that can be achieved without using the substances.
It can.
And even if it is harder, I think, because what I fear is that then there will be a reliance on that particular substance to get you to a place that you can achieve without having to use those substances. And I'm just saying, of course, and I also understand that you know, there are natural herbs out here that can heal your body. You know, like for those who are anxiety sufferers, you might use what is it called? I know. Well, chamomile is one of them. If you're a person who likes chamomile tea, you can drink that. You know, things like that. So I understand that. But when it comes down to matters of the spirit and of the heart, I feel that substances don't need to be a factor, because to me, when you come to it without the substances, there's a longer lasting effect on your ability to keep that mindset. So if you understand what I'm saying.
But do what you gotta do, though.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so how I see it is, at the end of the day, you are right. Because I'm going to be very transparent and honest. When I started, I did have an issue, and I had to learn kind of to not stress smoke specifically. Because regardless with anything you do, humans tend to grow a dependency on it.
Yeah. Right.
It's just a matter of whether your dependency is good or not. Because for your case, it's prayer and God. Mm-hmm. So there's not really a negative effect for you to have a dependency on God and prayer. But for me, prayer no longer became an option, and there were no options for me. So it was more so, I always had a very deep mind, and I think about things very intensely. But sometimes, and if you ever try it, I doubt you will, honestly. But
I would be honest.
But for those who do
I'll
try it. But I mean, for those who have tried it,
I'm just curious, because I'm like,
you should. I'm saying,
I'm just no, but
Paradise.
I think that if y'all don't see me in the fashion, New York Fashion Week, you know what happened.
But so
I'm in that mind, the third vibe. What's it called again?
The edge. So how it is, and like, this is why I take it as a personal responsibility. All people that want to try it. So I'm gonna say this now: if you ever want to try it,
for something.
I'm not. I'm not.
Careful.
Right. Of course.
Not promoting any type of substance use.
Right. So as I was saying, I'm not promoting anything. I'm not telling you to live a lifestyle that I chose. But what I do say is, if you decide to ever try it or go down that path, I would say personally, feel free to message me, Terrai, Kiley on Facebook, because because seriously, because when I first started, it was more so.
His own little community.
It was more so that I realized when I started, no one really told me what to do. No one told me how to do it, so I had to kind of figure out for myself.
Right.
If you don't have a guide going through, and it's with everything, if you jump into something and you don't have someone showing you the way who's a little more experienced, you're going to get lost for a while. So I tend to tell
some of us
people,
lost as Christians. I mean, we don't got it all together.
Right. So like,
you know what I mean?
But the thing is, I will get to that point, because when that's the one thing, I'm always careful not to put on this image like being a Christian or being whatever faith you are is that you have it all together. That's not the conception at all.
Right.
That's why you have a pastor. That's why people have religious leaders, because there are people, no one ever fully has it together, but there are some who are better than others at the moment. So you always need someone to guide you. And my goal is for people that choose that route, for those people who don't have another option, I'm there to help guide, because even though this is like how my mind works on a normal basis, but there are some things that you're never gonna think about. And I'm sure everyone will tell you who's tried it, there are certain things that are never gonna cross your mind how they will if you try it. Because when you do, you'll really sit and you'll think about things in a different way that you never really thought possible.
And that's cool, and that's your journey.
Right.
Because my journey won't be that.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's all good, because the thing is, like you said, we all have different perspectives. I can see where, and even like when Moses went on, had to go to the, the hill and stuff.
Right.
Everybody wasn't on Moses' level.
Right.
But it took Moses to get the 10 Commandments and all that stuff, not to talk about religion and so forth.
No,
but
it's okay.
But the thing is, though, there was certain people that had to be set apart from that. All of us is not. I don't think we are ever meant to have a certain perspective
Right.
Some of us aren't, because we wouldn't know what to do with it. Like as we said, our heart, we begin to expose ourselves to ourselves, and the word says our heart's desperately wicked. That's enough right there for me.
Right.
That's my heart. That's my heart. I don't need to see no more. Show me no more.
Right.
I want to be kind and loving and all that peace stuff. Don't be messing.
Because like there's a lot inside of us, and like this kind of. It kind of hurt me for a while, and I was dealing with it for a while, which is also another reason why I backed out of prayer, because I was like haunted by like a lot of visions and dark images, and I used to pray for them to go away, but they would just keep coming and keep coming. So after a while, I just felt like that wasn't for me. So when I came back and I tried another way, that worked for me. And it wasn't even substances, it wasn't any of that. It's just that I had to accept that I have to take a different path, and I had to accept the dark part of myself before I could move any further. And I feel like a part of, like, each person's journey is going to be different.
Exactly.
And
but you're not the only one, I'm sorry to cut you off.
That's cool.
But you're not the only one who have experienced that dark side or that dark attacks that happen. I mean, that happens too.
Yeah.
That's happened to me. I think that, and it's funny you said that when you stepped away from it, then it ceased.
Right.
So I mean, I just feel like I get where you're going, because I feel like to some degree we all need to be at that place of meditation even more,
right,
as those who have the faith of being a believer, because then that's where you really get to hear the guidance and voice of God.
Of course. And also, my resolve on a normal basis, which is why I love those perspective enhancers and everything, because on a normal basis, my resolve is absolute. If I tell you I'm doing something, I will look you in your eye and say that I'm doing it. There is no stopping me at that point.
Azrael, Black Moses!
Like I've done it with my family. So actually, the first time...
He don't know it yet. He's going to leave us to the promised land of milk and honey.
The very first time that I met Naomi and Nate was the time I left my mom's house. And I remember that day very, very vividly, because Kira was like, hey, where we're going to the fire starters, and I know you wanted to go because you weren't able to come last time. So the entire week, me and my aunt were asking my mom if I could go, and in the last couple of days, she said no, and we asked her for a reason, and she could not give me one. So at that point, I was like, no, I don't care, because you're just being selfish with what you want, and you're not considering what's really good for me, or you think you know and you don't know. So I called up my aunt. My aunt came and talked to me. I looked her in her eyes and I was like, today I'm leaving. My mom called me after the show or sometime before it, and she was like, where are you? And I was like, I'm not there. I told you. I'm doing my own thing. And I already have my bag packed. I was ready, and whatever happened that night was going to happen. But at that moment, I had no regrets. So when I use perspective enhancers, my resolve is like tripled. At that point, I'm able to override natural instincts to be able to achieve my goals. Like if I told you I will stop breathing for 5 minutes on this show, I would stop breathing for 5 minutes, on whether I'm unconscious or not. Those 5 minutes would end with me not breathing, and I wouldn't breathe until it's over.
Wow.
So it's like, it basically, I say just do anything that's going to help you. For you, your focus is prayer. And that really works for you. Right. Everyone has to find what works best for them, because once you find what works best for you, you're going to understand yourself a lot better, and you're going to deal with life a lot better.
I want to open up the lines. Give us a call at 410-702-5657 or text us at 443-642-9403. I want to hear your perspective. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about, you have to do what's best for you so that you can better understand who you are? I think this is a really good conversation. I like
the fact that we have different perspectives in the room and can share. I think that's what really makes an effective community and an effective team, when you can come together and share your perspectives and not sit here and judge or throw darts at each other, get ready to get into a brawl. But I want to know what your perspectives are. So you share with us, okay? Or you can leave us a message on the Facebook Live page as well. We'll be checking those. We'll be taking a break in a few minutes. We were also talking about the new year and the resolutions, and whether or not you believe in resolutions. I know some people are like, I'm over it. I'm done. I don't like all the New Year cliches. You know, new me, in the new year. You know,
and then in February they back to themselves.
Right.
Like, girl, what about all them goals you had?
Right.
You know.
Girl, I'll do it next year. Girl.
And that's what always happens. It's always next year. I'm gonna wait until the new year.
You gonna wait till a whole 6-7 months for the new year? Like, yo, what's going on?
What?
You need some of that Azrael smoke stuff.
Come on.
Or prayer or something.
Give me something.
So yeah, that definitely happens a lot. One of the questions that I did ask though is, you know, how people get their whole list together. What you gonna do? I'm gonna lose 10 pounds. I'm gonna lose 20 pounds. I'm gonna start my business. I'm gonna go back to school. So what do you think keeps people from accomplishing all those goals and resolutions that they make at the top of the year? What's your perspective? We talked a little bit about it, but what do you think? What you think, Liz?
I mean, I feel like, I don't know, like you put too much pressure on yourself. Like I would say that.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like it's just procrastination.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that, and I know because I procrastinate like crazy. the fact that, because most people have their goal like at least a month before New Year's, because people start talking about it pretty early.
Mm-hmm.
If you think of your goal and you're not thinking of accomplishing your goal right then and there, then you're already procrastinating.
Right.
So once you procrastinate it, you're going to continue to procrastinate it because nothing's really making you do it. Like Brandon, my best friend Brandon, his boss told him, because he set a goal for us to get our place by February 28th.
Right.
His boss said, all right, I'm going to hold you to it. Because the problem with most people is that when you set a goal, if you have no consequence, then there's nothing really inspiring you to reach your goal. His boss said, if you don't reach your goal by the day you set, you're fired.
Whoa.
So,
yeah,
so you have to reach your goal or you're fired.
But you know, some people's careers are based on that. Like, for instance, if you're a project manager, like I am by trade, that's what you do. You set goals, you set a timeline, you set milestones, and you have to meet those. Like your whole career and job depends on you meeting those milestones and those timelines. And if you don't, it's like, okay, you're fired. We're gonna get another project manager or whatever. Oh, what you think? What you think, Trey Banks?
What I think, like Terrai was saying, like procrastination. Your goals is what thing you like. Nothing. Adversity cannot stop you from what you want to do. If you got it in your mind that you want to do something, it's just nothing is stronger than your egg, your super ego, or your ego. Nothing is stronger than what's inside of you. So it's all you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that's good, but I also think that one of the things that can, you know, set a person back is just the lack of really planning it out and building yourself a community and having a support group. Accountability. Like we need accountability.
Yes.
Because, and I feel like, and I was talking about that when I was on my live, I think one of the main things that can bring about depression and procrastination and fear and lack of belief is the fact that we don't sit down and take the time to plan and then write out how we're going to execute it.
Yeah.
Because it's hard work. But it's even harder work to to procrastinate and walk in fear all the time.
Yes.
That's hard work.
It is.
Because you can procrastinate yourself out some dope opportunities and blessings that's trying to come your way. And just like, I'll get to it.
I think fear, procrastination, all of those things are comfort zones for people.
Right.
And for some, it's much easier to stay in that place than to push it, if that's your nature. Right. Some people are naturally like that, and you have to go against the grain of who you have allowed yourself to become or get comfortable with being. Go ahead. I see you ready to jump in like double dutch.
What's that? What is that scripture, Naomi? The Lord is my pastor; I shall not want.
Yes, the Lord is. Yeah, the Lord is my shepherd.
Shepherd,
I shall not want.
Yeah. What is the rest of it? I remember there's a part about He leads me through the valley of shadows.
Yes.
And I feel like that's important, especially from being a person of faith, because.
What we got? We were thinking it was time to wrap up.
Because, as you said, fear. That's a big comfort zone that we keep back. For a woman who has made peace with her God and is kind of one with her God, tell me if I'm wrong or not, but is there really anything that you fear?
At times, when I allow myself... Oh, what you say? Get in the mic. Oh yeah.
Me. Blizzard.
He not in the mic.
Talk.
Oh, talk. Whoa. Yeah. People want to hear from you, Blizz.
What's up? They want to
know. You can share because you're a believer too.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not in the hell with it for real.
Hold up now. Hold up.
Because I used to smoke. I used to chief. I'm sorry, radio version. I used to chief, but with the new job, I can't do it no more. But when I was chief, man, I felt like it opened my mind more to bigger and brighter things. Like I could focus more.
Come on.
High five.
There we go.
All right.
Okay then.
I feel like when I pray, it opens my mouth, my mind to bigger and better things. Who's gonna give me a 5 on that? Somebody? Boom! There we go. Oh wait, hey. Where your head at? No, I love it though. But I like hearing your perspective too. Right. I think it's cool. Yeah. For me, yes. When I find myself out of sync with God and praying, I feel that I am more prone to fear and those things. But that's why I make sure I stay in prayer. That's the first thing I do in the morning. That's what I'm doing throughout the day. Right. But it keeps me mindful of those things that I need to check in myself.
Right. That's why more people have to find themselves. If more people spend less time in the superficial, then they have time to really get to who they are outside of their without the body, because remember, we are not our body. So when people get to really look at who they are, they start to be able to accomplish things that they usually wouldn't be able to, and they start thinking in ways that they used to not be able to. Right. So I feel like that's something more people need to really do.
Good grief. Yes, there's a scripture that says, creating me a clean heart and renew a right spirit within me. And that's one of those scriptures that I repeat a lot when I pray. It's the same concept. You trying to get, you want to get, okay, dang, we got 30 seconds. All right, we'll talk about this more.
Because I want desperately wicked. It's desperately wicked.
Yes. All right,
family. This is good.
It is. Okay, so we're going to come back after the break. We'll have a little bit more conversation. I don't know where we are.
On the cannabis and
we got one segment? Like, we got to wrap it up?
Highway.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. Man, all right, so when we come back from the break, we're going to wrap it up, and we'll talk about next week and all the good stuff that we have to look forward. All right? So stay tuned, family, on the BeInspired Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com.
Lately is back on May 17th at 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com. Oh, okay, yeah. Also on YouTube. I know the latest Kelly. Why the you recording? You a hard-headed oh.
Check out what you missed on Be Exposed Radio.
It doesn't say alleged anywhere in here.
This is the wrong song to play.
They're saying 4 years ago, according to a $20 million lawsuit, the plaintiff, who was also not named, met Charlie Sheen in Las Vegas on April the 1st, 2011. The sleaze sleuth claimed that Sheen entered into a nefarious plot designed to lure plaintiffs into a luxurious hotel room to serve his prurient desires. Sensationally, it was alleged that Sheen... Say what?
Say perverted.
No, it's prurient.
Let me say it. Can I where's the point to the word? Right. Prurient.
It's hard. It makes me want to gag. My cock. Get it? Sensationally, it was alleged Sheen told the man he had no venereal diseases. At that point, they watched the porn and engaged in mutual oral compilation, mutual self-gratification, rubbing and massaging each other, play wrestling, licking, and unprotected intercourse. So, look, my question to my three people here in my panel, are they trying to say, because that's when they said he got this disease 4 years ago, or virus, HIV, 4 years ago. Are they trying to say that he got it from...
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
But we want to make sure you know... was that a blooper? Okay. Welcome back now to the Be Inspired Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com with your girl, Miss Be Inspired on the mic.
Yeah. This cupcake is good. You already know your boy Blizzard.
And Valicia here. What's up?
And Azrael, he's out in the lobby. He's taking care of some business. He'll be back in just a second. We also had Trey Bands hanging out with us for the entire show. We had so much fun. We talked about New Year's resolutions and so much more. As you can see, we've been celebrating all show long because it is Azrael's 1 year anniversary on the Be Inspired Radio Show. I'm hoping that he comes back in because we have to do a little celebrating.
Oh, yeah.
I'll show y'all what's about to happen.
It's about to go down.
It goes down.
All right. So here we go. Wait, Trey Bands. Go get Trey Bands.
Stand right there, bro.
Yeah, because it's about to happen. Can y'all see? Y'all are going to be so shocked about what y'all about to see.
Nate is saying we have to hurry up.
Okay, here we go. All right, where's Trey Bands? Okay, you know what? Never mind, because this is actually hosts against hosts. Here we go.
I don't want him coming at you.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
I was waiting on show for that.
Yeah. Did y'all see that? Did that get caught on camera? I don't think it did. It did.
Show your face.
It did. You got to show what just happened.
I can't see.
Come sit back down.
Come on.
I can't see anything.
Move to the right.
To the right.
Wait a minute.
To the left.
To the right.
Hey!
I need a napkin.
So, yeah. We got to get him a napkin. As y'all can see, we are all the way turned up here on the Be Inspired Radio Show. We are excited. We got a chance to spend some great time with y'all. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. We hope you have a fabulous 2018. Again, our theme is bigger and better in 2018. We want you to slay everything you decide to do this year. Try some new things. Make some things that you're doing new. I'm telling you, and bigger than it's ever been done before. We are about to get out of the way. Salacious Life is on the way. Salacious Life is next, as you can tell. We are on our way out.
Yup.
The celebration is going to continue on the Be Inspired Radio post show.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to do that. And again, from our family to yours, Happy New Year. Oh, we still got 3 minutes. Okay, I need to talk some more.
I'm going to let y'all clean.
All right.
Don't forget to connect with Valicia at fashionweekchictour.com for your New York Fashion Week experience.
That's what's up.
I'm trying to get my followers up, yo. Hit me up on Instagram, Blizzard86.
And then hit me up at Miss Be Inspired on Facebook, at Miss Be Inspired on Instagram, or you can check me out at MissBeInspired.com. I do have my own website there. We're going to be updating that, but you get the gist of who I am there. So you can go check me out there as well. And make sure you support the show. Share the show out. Let people know about the Be Inspired radio show. You got to stay tuned. Oh, I got to give a shout out to them girls. Determined, empowered, motivated. Yes, them girls. You have to keep your eye out for us. We're going to be doing some amazing things in the community. You're going to see our name everywhere. I'm just letting you know, so get prepared. Shout out to Deborah Franklin and Demeter Queen. We are them girls. Shout out to Alicia Carroll and Alicia Adams and Khadisha Carroll. Wisdom on the Wall, co-authors of the Wisdom on the Wall book. Am I forgetting anything, y'all?
No.
All right. So if you want to be a guest on the show,
yes.
Okay, shout out. You can send a message to the Be Inspired radio show page or the Miss Be Inspired page. Either one. And myself, Valicia mainly. She'll be the one reaching out to you. We have some really cool sponsorship opportunities for you that we want you to take advantage of. It's all about you. When you participate in those sponsorship packages, it's really all about you and promoting your brand and getting what you do out there. So that's what we want you to do, to partner with the Be Inspired radio show and be a sponsor. Okay, so that's it for now. See you next week, same time, same place, where we're going to have Aisha, the do-it-all girl, will be on the show and so much more. So stay tuned and make sure you come on back and join us next week on the Be Inspired radio show right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
Well, if you made them, take care of them.
Yeah, that's the real deal.
It's period.
And